Welcome back to another episode of
Cabernet Chaos.
Cheers, guys.
This is the cab.
It tastes good.
Yeah. That's the one you've been drinking. So you have to take another sip.
Mm-hmm. That tastes good. That tastes good. So, check in. How are my ladies doing this week?
How are you doing?
Just
Right.
one of those days.
Those weeks.
Those
Those weeks. I don't know. You know when they say like, I hate this, not even to say like seasonal depression,
Mhm.
but I think it's just like the change of season, the cold, like everything is just like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm kind of just in that space
Mhm.
that is just overwhelmed, overstimulated, over
Mhm.
everything, tired, anxiety. Yeah, pretty much. So.
What's that movie called with all the emotions?
Oh,
Heads Up.
No.
No, the Disney one. The
Yeah.
animation. I don't know.
Isn't it called Heads Up? Or
No. It's called
it's something up.
I don't know.
It's something up.
Google it. I definitely don't think it's called Up. No.
No, it's like Heads.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
It's called. I said Heads Up.
What's it called?
Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you're giving right now.
Yeah,
Inside Out.
I definitely feel like that.
Me, I feel great. I just quit my job, so your girl is unemployed. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
I am in a season of walking by faith and not by sight. And honestly, like, I feel great. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's so crazy to say, like, oh, you quit your job. What are you going to do next? I have no fucking clue, but
I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm going to figure it out. I'm trusting God. And I just feel really good about it. You know, I stopped smoking for a bit. I fasted, everything. Well, I can't even say a bit because I'm still not smoking, but
Damn, that's
I've
good.
been like fasting, talking to God, all of that stuff. And it was just like on my heart, like, to quit my job. And it was just like, I'm not quitting out of fear, you know, like the fear of not being able to pay my bills. What am I going to do? And And it was just like weighing on me, like, trust God, trust God, trust God. And I did it. And I feel really good. I feel really, really
Good for
good.
you.
So I don't know what's next for me, but God got me, guys. So you
Good. Just good. Just living life, you know, working every day. I'm good. Yeah.
How was your week?
It was good.
A good week.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit my goal, my weight loss goal.
30 before 30.
I lost 30 pounds before my 30th birthday, so we still got 2 weeks to go. But I'll show you guys like my little transformation
Before and after.
my start to now. But yeah, I feel really good. So now I have new goals on the docket, and we're just gonna keep going. Keep going.
Go,
So,
girl.
Feel really good. Feel really good. So yeah, I know we've asked some of our supporters like questions and topics that they would want us to talk about. So we're gonna like jump into all of that. And to start off, accountability when people are grieving and going through it, how that looks. So I just want to ask you guys, like, do you think grief gives people a free pass to act a certain kind of way?
Nope.
It's like I can't say no and I can't say yes, because I feel like when you are grieving, those first, I don't want to say months, days, or whatever, but that first moment, like that first where you're actually feeling your emotion, because grief happens in so many different ways, right? So I feel like when you are at peak of grief, whether it's months or most of the time it's like when it happens, not that I feel like your actions are excused, but I feel like people are a little bit more sympathetic and maybe might not hold you accountable depending on what you're doing, because they understand that this might just be how you're grieving. Now, if we're talking years later and like a whole season has passed, not saying like there's a time limit on grief, but certain actions aren't going to be justified. Like if I know that like, hey, this happened, I'm not expecting you to be your whole self. I'm not expecting you to want to talk, to show up in a friendship, to do certain things, because I understand that people process their emotions different.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But does that give you the reason to talk to me like shit? No. You know what I mean? So I feel like you could hold someone accountable to an extent, but also like have empathy towards people, because the way people deal with grief might be different. They might deal with it months later. They might never accept it. They like, I know I didn't accept my best friend's grief for a while until after, right? Because I feel like I was just so on go when it first happened that I didn't get the time to ever really grieve. And then I went into a depression, and it's just like, yes, I know I'm not showing up at my friends, and I try to, but a lot of my friends also understood that like this was my time versus everyone having their time earlier.
Absolutely.
But I didn't treat my friends like shit. I still tried to show up, but they also understood like I'm also very sensitive. So I feel like it's not an excuse, but I do feel like hold yourself accountable to an extent. If you know like you're sleep on the couch and you're not taking care of yourself, that's when I feel like you need to hold yourself accountable, because you need to also remember that you're still a person. Like yes, this hurts and you're going through pain, but you still need to live for yourself.
Absolutely.
So I feel like that's when you need to hold yourself accountable. But like other people holding you accountable, I feel like it's like a gray area to an extent.
Yeah, I can agree. I think for me, losing, because I lost my grandparents back to back, literally. My grandmother died September 13th in 2023, and my grandfather died September 19th, 2024. So it's like I never grieved for my grandmother, because after my grandmother died, I had my grandfather. And I never grieved for my grandfather, because after that, like I just, like you said, like was on go so much. And it was just literally the other day where like I had a great day, like a phenomenal day all day. I went to bed like talking to God, saying positive affirmations, feeling great, and then started like boohoo crying, like, you know, like like never cry. I didn't cry like that at their funeral, nothing, you know.
Me this morning.
But I was just like, I'm literally boohoo crying and like talking to myself like it's okay, like like trying to like like affirm myself to like whatever, and I still couldn't stop crying, like snot's coming out of my nose and everything, and I had to sit down and be like, whoa, like I haven't grieved at all, you know. But I think when it comes to like accountability in those sense, I think it's very important for like the person grieving to hold themselves accountable. So it's like I find like I never used my grandparents' death as an excuse to not be a nice person. So I think when we talk about accountability and like healing and stuff, I think it's like you said, like when somebody's going through something, I can be sympathetic to a point, but then there's like a point where I feel like people going through something have to have that kind of accountability. Like I can't stand when like you try to like say something to somebody, be like, hey, like I don't like the way you talk to me or the way you just did that, whatever, and their excuse is, well, this person just died.
Oh god.
No, like I think that's where
because exactly, like
you're using
you
it
don't have
as
to
a
talk
crutch.
to me like that.
It's not a crutch.
Yeah,
you're using it as a crutch.
Like, so how do you guys feel about people using death as a crutch to excuse their behavior?
I don't think it's okay.
No, because people
like,
go through that shit every single day. I'm so
people
sorry.
die.
Like people are losing people close, far, like whatever. The people aren't even there to say goodbye. People are there to say, like, there's so many like situations that people could be going through that are, no offense, like way worse than what you are probably going through. And they're still the kindest people, and they still wake up every day. And like that's why, like when I've lost people, I try to keep going, because I'm like, you know, like there's worse.
Yeah,
there's worse. And yes, of course, death is the worst, but there's situations that are worse than probably this.
Yeah,
and it's just like some things you come to terms with, some things you knew were gonna happen, some things are all of a sudden, you know. So you come to terms with certain things earlier than maybe some others, but that's not an excuse to be like, well, I'm going through this, like this is why I'm a bad person right now. Like I don't know, like no, because No,
not
that
gonna
just
abuse
makes
me.
no sense. Like, that's not an excuse to be
Yeah.
a bad person because you lost someone. Like, if
Yeah.
anything, you should be trying to be so much better because you are privileged to still be here.
Mm-hmm. And I think that goes like coincides with kind of like I'm willing to give somebody space to grieve. Like, you know, maybe you need a little space, a little time because you're going through something and you're grieving a death or something like that. But like there's a difference between giving somebody space and then like somebody thinking that I need to enable this toxic behavior.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I'm not enabling that. Like, I have family members, like my aunts, my mother, and all that stuff. Like, they lost their parents, both of them. And I haven't experienced them like being like nasty or like even like, you know, I may go to them and be like, hey, like, I didn't really like how this situation turned out or whatever. Like, I'm very grateful that they're able to take accountability and nobody has ever thrown in my face like, well, I just lost my mom. I just lost my
It's
dad.
so crazy.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
dealt with that for the first time.
Of somebody
Like,
doing
the
that.
complete opposite. Like, when my grandmother died, it was just so toxic. It was so like rest in peace, but like it was just like it was such a toxic environment when my grandmother died that like I hate to say this, but like I had to protect my peace and I didn't go to the funeral. And like some people might be like, how didn't you go to your grandmother's funeral and stuff like that? But like for me, I had time with my grandmother and they told us she was going to pass away way before she even passed away. So I feel like I came to terms with her death before it even happened. And then like I wasn't even here for when she passed away. I wasn't in the country and it happened, and like of course I had my moment to grieve, but I also felt like I had grieved before it even happened because I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. And then like when it was time with the funeral, because there's so much drama on my mom's side that like I couldn't even put myself in that environment. And it sucks to say because I would be like, how could you miss that? But I was just like, it's so different because like my grandmother, like it wasn't like a big funeral. It was like a little gathering.
Yeah.
Didn't have a funeral for it, right? So I was just like, I don't even know what I'm gonna walk into.
Yeah.
So I'd rather protect my peace because I've said my goodbyes.
Yeah.
And like I've had to do with like people using death as an excuse to why they're like this, and I'm just like how are people arguing and your mother just died?
Yeah.
Like, why is there drama?
Yeah,
you guys lost
absolutely.
your mother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how is there drama? Or like when there's my grandfather drama, like I was just like on my mom's side, there's just even both my grandparents that passed away on my mom's side, it's just like drama came with it one way or another. Drama came with it, and it's just like it sucks to see. And it's just like you guys lost someone, and it's just like I understand everyone is hurting, but like everyone is entitled to it's hard because everyone is entitled to feel what they need to feel, and if you're hurting and whatever, but it's just the way but you go about it. It's just like there's other people that are also feeling this pain. Like you aren't the only one. So I don't feel like that's an excuse for you to act out or be disrespectful. Like other people are going through this pain.
Yeah, I agree. So with that, like, can you say like feeling pain, like do you think like people just like could be like disrespectful, manipulative, and all those stuff because they're in pain but like
100%.
unaware of it?
100%.
And then like so it's like, okay, so if somebody's in pain, they're being manipulative, disrespectful, and maybe they're unaware of it, or is it just like they don't take accountability to check themselves? Because are you even reflecting? Like, are you even aware to know like I was just so rude to them, but then like not even taking a step back to be like maybe like, you know, I need to take a little bit accountability for myself? Or is it
I feel like it's a bit of both, because some people are so stuck in their ways to an extent. Like forget death, for example, right? I feel like when people are like, that's like what you said, hurt people, right? Most hurt people that are hurting people don't even know they're even hurting deep down inside.
Yeah.
And they put on a persona
Like
that they're so happy and their life is so good and they're living this fabulous, glamorous life and they're great and they're God's holy child. And they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. But in their head, they truly believe that they are.
Yeah.
In their head, they truly believe that they are the best person.
Yeah.
But they are the worst kind of, no offense, but like they're one of the worst kind of people because you can't even see what you're doing. Like,
absolutely.
and that's the scariest part when hurt people, because a lot of them don't even know that they're hurt. and they don't even see what they're doing. They don't realize that they're doing it, and they're just doing it. And they don't know how toxic, manipulative, abusive, and what they're doing to other people. And then they justify it for themselves. Like they justify, regardless if it's someone died or not, they say,
I'm going through this.
Yeah, like, or sometimes they don't even justify it. Sometimes they just think like it's okay for them to be this way. Like, oh, this is normal behavior. And you're just looking at them but like they're fucking crazy. Like, what is wrong with you? What are you going through that makes you think this is okay? Like,
Facts.
And we've all been through this situation. So it's kind of like, I think it's like, I don't even know what to describe it as. Like, is it a syndrome? Is it what it is? Yeah, like, is it a delusion, or is it just like, or is it just they're so hurt from their past and they've buried so much emotion from their past that like they don't like. You know, they say like crazy people don't even know that they're crazy, right? Like psychopaths don't even know that they're psychopaths. Yeah. Right? They think it's their normal everyday life.
So toxic people don't know that they're toxic.
Exactly. So is it like a mechanism in their head that like because they have been through so much in their life and they probably buried so much that like they don't see it as like they just don't see it. They don't realize it and they don't see it. Like they realize that they're going off on you, but they don't really say, hey, this is a problem. I just went off on you. They just see it as like, oh, well, like I was hurt. I was upset. So
you should understand that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
What's your take, China?
I'm not a psychologist.
I don't know. I think it's a bit of both. I think they know, they're aware. They know also what the fuck they're doing. They're not stupid. They've done this to so many people that they just continue the same cycle. And people, unfortunately, some people like, it's not that like they like to be abused, but you know, like the battered woman syndrome, they keep going back to their abuser. The person will abuse you, and then you're going to keep going back, and then the person's behavior is reinforced, and then they're going to continue doing that. So I just feel like it's a little bit of both. Yes, you've been hurt, and whatever happened in your past, and whatever the case may be. But again, that's not an excuse for you to be a shitty person.
Absolutely.
And there's no, I just don't find there's an excuse for it. Okay, you can be hurt, but use your words. Absolutely. You can, but again, people like that, they don't think, well, when they use their words, they're freaking going from 0 to the 100, bringing up all this shit. But it's just, I think it's also a psychological thing. But
can it be like entitlement too? Because I find like,
yes,
I find like some people that act like that, I feel like you're a little bit way too entitled. Like you just think that your problems are superior than everybody else's. So it's like,
but sorry to cut you off. Do you feel like that entitlement? Like I feel like that entitlement starts from somewhere, right? If you grew up in a place where you were held on a pedestal and you weren't, you didn't have other people to express certain things with, so you were entitled by fault because you were held up to a certain you know what I mean?
You weren't held accountable.
Exactly. You know, so it's like you're entitled now because it's like that's all you didn't have anyone, and you never were with people that were above you, or not say above you, but you were never with around people that would be like, will check you for you because it
hold you accountable.
Exactly. That would never hold you accountable because in their head you were that entitled person, so they wouldn't be like, oh, let me hold her accountable or him accountable because like this is men and female. Like,
oh, absolutely.
You know, I feel like the way it's so crazy because like the way you grew up and what you're exposed to, I feel like it really does shape you as a person to an extent. And like whether you recognize it or not, like a lot of people's issues and things that they go on in their adult life have to do with stuff from when they were younger. They don't even know it. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't know it. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like the other day, my manager was like, oh, like, you're so not affectionate, like when it comes to like women, right? And I was just like, you know, it's so crazy because like my aunt and everything with her 2 daughters, like they're so affectionate, like they're up each other's asses, like it's kind of scary. Like I'm like, you guys, like it's giving, let's be honest. So cute. Like I love that. But then I also thought about it. It has nothing to do with whether or not I was thrown affection. It has something to do so much deeper with something that happened in my childhood that makes me like not like okay with women to an extent. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, like touching and hugging makes me uncomfortable because of shit I dealt with when I was a kid with women. So I feel like it took me a while to realize certain things because I was a kid, but then it's just like when you get older, you start to realize certain things and you start to remember things, and when you start remembering things that you thought was okay, and then you think when you're older, like I was like certain things that you just realize weren't okay.
Yeah.
And now
fucking with you.
It does start fucking with you. And then I'm like, I always wondered why I wasn't affectionate to a woman, and I had to really sit down and think with myself. Like, not even a psychologist told me this. I sat down and thought to myself, like, why I must not be that. And like my mom would always say, it's not me. Like, I always showed you guys love. Like, my mom would love to hug me, but I just don't. And it has nothing to do with her. It has something that shit they don't even know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like I'm not an affectionate person when it comes to women. Like, it's so much deeper. And that's why I say, like, people go through shit. People are so fucked up and toxic because of shit they went through when they were a kid, and they don't realize the role it plays with them today.
And I think it goes back again to our whole topic of accountability, but I think like holding yourself accountable isn't erasing the pain, right? So it's not saying want you to hold yourself accountable and erase the pain that you've been through, the trauma, the loss, whatever, but it's just making sure that you're not projecting that onto somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold yourself accountable enough to where like you don't need to project that trauma, that loss, and use it as a crutch to be a nasty person to somebody else. Like, that is my main thing, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, you know? So it's like kind of what like social media, like people talk about, oh, I'm healing, my healing era. It's like, are we over romanticizing like so, this hurt stuff? Like, are you guys trying to make it okay? Like, oh, they've been through something. Like, it's okay if they're shitty. Like, it's not fucking okay. I'm sorry, but it's not okay. Like, it drives me bonkers when it's like you try to have a conversation with somebody and you're like expressing to them like the things they done to that like made you feel, and their excuses like, but you know what I just been through? You know, I just lost somebody.
Or I'm healing. Bitch, you've been healing for the past 5 years and still doing the same shit.
Same thing.
Like, it honestly, I guess now too, like
that's the excuse. Sorry to cut you off.
Exactly.
Healing is the new excuse. So why you should treat like, well, I've been healing, and I realize that I'm such a great. No, you're not healed.
That or I'm not Christian or whatever it is, and now I'm Muslim. That's the part that just like. All of a sudden, you're just exactly. The next day, you're Muslim. You think that's what's gonna make you? You're holding yourself accountability by hiding behind a religion. That is crazy. I don't like that.
But it's hiding behind a religion that you don't even follow.
That you just portray,
like okay, inshallah.
Brittany Renner.
Okay, that's the worst.
Yeah, like I don't understand that.
You use like religion is such a choppy subject, but like some people use religion. And it's just like, you don't even like, have you read the Quran?
Yeah.
Probably. And even if you did read the Quran on an app.
Are you really practicing it?
Do you pray your 5 times a day, or do you just say you're doing Ramadan and you're not eating?
Yeah.
But like, have you prayed? Yeah. Do you do the prayer? Do you know the prayer?
Yeah.
And I'm not even trying to judge people, like, you know what I mean? Because like everyone goes to like their own spiritual journey or religious journey. But it's just like to hide behind a religion and make it and preach and act like you're this soulful, and you're a demon.
Yeah, look how Brittany Renner was acting on Basketball Wives. She was acting like, you want me to take this off?
Like, how are you in the hijab, cussing out, calling some girl, some bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up. You're a horrible mother.
Don't make me
while you're in the hijab.
And then she goes on Instagram and is like, oh, I'm back to my old self. So she took the hijab off. And nobody's gonna judge me for how I do my religion.
Like, hey, don't get me wrong. People have wear hijab. I know people that have worn their hijab, have taken off their hijab, who went back to the hijab, and I love that for them because I feel like you're kind of like finding peace within, depending on your situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like my friend did it. Like she grew up with a hijab, she took off the hijab, and I've known her for a long time without a hijab, and now she's back to wearing a hijab, and I love that for her because she is back to the hijab because she's going closer to God. She changed a lot of her ways. She changed, like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So there's a difference between like if you're literally searching for yourself and you're trying to find yourself, or if you're just trying to be like, oh well, I don't want to be a hoe anymore, so let me go and convert to like the most covered up religion, but to then still act crazy and to still disrespect the religion to an extent.
I think that's big too, that we see a lot on social media. Is like people that we know in real life will like come on social media and like portray this image of like either being like super religious and spiritual and how much like, you know, they're a great person now because they found this inner calling for themselves, but like literally behind closed doors, like you're still toxic, you're still manipulative, you're still a nasty ass person, you know? So it's like that too. It's like people are losing their mind on social media.
It's an illusion.
Because of the facade, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Like,
facade.
I talked about that yesterday. I was seeing some people like, oh my God, the social media is like, it does, like, it's like there's no more dating world. There's no more meeting people in real life. Everyone wants to live up to the, men are said in, I heard this girl said men are so sassy nowadays. Like, they're worse than women. And then they want to be so sassy, and then they have this high standard for someone that's not even on their level because of social media. Like, they want this Instagram baddie, all this stuff, got it together, content creator or whatever the case is, and they're not even on your level.
None. Nowhere.
But you're holding yourself to that. Not saying is having standards are bad, but it's just like the dating world is like men won't even like look at certain people because they're not somewhere that Instagram is telling them a woman for that age should be.
Yeah.
And it's like you're missing out on someone that could be great for you.
Yeah. Vice versa too. Women
women, especially women. Women too. Like, you know what I mean? Women don't want to go for a typical person because they go on Instagram and they're like, well, there's content creators, there's traders, there's all these Twitch streamers, making millions at 20 to 25 years old, Absolutely. Making millions. So why would I go ahead and settle for someone in my city that's working at Costco?
Yeah. I know Costco's unionized. They make a little chicken over there.
I know.
They make good money. They make good money. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be like, no, I don't want to go for the Costco person because you're here seeing what's on Instagram. You're here looking at Duke Dennis and Kai Cenat and all these people making money. Not Duke Graham. All these people making money. And like, it's crazy.
No, it's actually sad.
It's so sad.
Because for me, it's like, I've always said in that instance, like, I want somebody I can build with. So it's like, even if you're not where I see my future as right now, like, as long as you're like mentally in that space to know like you want more for yourself, you want better, like, when I say like, oh, you a po ass nigga, like, I'm never talking about your money, like, I'm talking about up
mental,
here. You know, like, I'm very humble, so I know as fast as you get it is as fast as you could lose it. So like, I'm never really looking at the money and stuff like that. I do think you should date within your tax bracket. Like, you shouldn't want to come date me and you can't keep up with me. Like, I don't think that kind of stuff works. But at the end of the day, I do think your mental is very, very important. You know, so it's like, if you're not mentally thinking like, I may be here, but I know that this isn't it for me. Like, I have so much more potential within myself. I can work with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have it for the people that think like, this is it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this is it for you right here, you're just okay with working at Wendy's and think that me and you are gonna be together. Like,
that's different. That's crazy. Yeah. Like, yesterday someone asked me like, oh, like, you're so young. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't ever settle. And they're like, do you think you're settling? I was like, no. I said, why would I think I said? I'm like, first of all, I've seen a lot. I've dealt with I've been through a lot. So for you to ask me if I'm settling is kind of crazy. Like, I know it wasn't in a bad way, but I have to think about it. Like, to say I'm settling, it's just no. But why would I leave for the flashy glitz and glamour of what a life might be when I know I could build something with somebody here?
Absolutely.
Like, it might not be what I envision, right, like you said, right now, but I know where it could go.
Exactly.
Versus, okay, yeah, I could get with the NBA player, the football player, whoever the case is, and then live a life and then be beaten the next day and then lose the money or be cheated on and then be cheated on or something like that. Like, yes, of course there are good guys out there, and everyone's always gonna say there's always better. But what is better? Because there's always someone more romantic. There's always someone more financially stable. There's always someone better looking. There's always someone the better dressed. But do they have the other qualities that you look for in a partner, and that's someone that you want to settle with and grow with? Most likely not. Like, let's be real now.
People be like, oh, the grass isn't always greener.
That 80-20 rule is real.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's like, I have to give 80, you might be giving 20, and then there's another season that we might go through where I'm only giving 20 and you're giving 80. There could be a season where you're giving 50, I'm giving 50, you give it. I totally agree. But like I just think in that sense, like you guys just need to hold each other accountable, make sure that you guys are on the same page and all of those things, you know? So with that, can we say like, do you guys feel like with accountability and like things that we've learned within our family, do you think that there's like generational traumas that's been passed down to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like how we deal with certain things.
I'm very avoidant. I try to like not be engaged when I see like toxic behaviors in my family. It's hard to see it because like it's very generational. Like I would say, for example, like substance abuse, like that is like hard in my family. Like it's very like it's normalized. Like everyone likes to drink beer, which is fine. That's if that's what you want to do, that's okay. But then when I see that it's like kind of like taking over your life or like in that aspect when it's you no longer have control and it's the substance that's taking control over you, that's when I get like very triggered and I kind of just try to like remove myself from that space because it's difficult to see obviously. So I try to like break the like I mean I don't smoke, I don't do any like illicit drugs or whatever the situation is, but I know that if I was to, it's kind of over for me because I have an addictive personality. So I know I just try to stay away from shit like that. But even in terms of like drinking, obviously we're on the podcast and we drink or whatever. I get drunk the fastest because like I'm the tiniest one. We all know that. Yeah, exactly. No, literally, I can say that. You know, I can keep myself accountable. But like in like when I was in college and stuff like that, I felt like I drank a lot more, and like I always ended up in situations that like I wasn't in control of myself. So once I know that I'm not in control of myself, that's when I kind of feel like I have to like take a step back. Exactly.
That's good. That's a really good observation.
So yeah.
I think for me, my generational curse would be like seeing like all the women in my life stay in like their relationship, you know, which it's so weird because like I idolize it. Like I love the fact that like my grandparents were together for 50 years. My mom was in her relationship for almost 20 years. My aunt is in her relationship for 20 years. So stuff like that, like I idolize that. I've always wanted that for myself to be like, yeah, I've been married 30 years, 40 years. Like I want that. But then seeing the other side of it, like all the toxic shit that they've been through and stayed, I'm very happy that I am not that person. So like in that sense, I've definitely broke that generational trauma because it's like I'm not staying with a nigga that ain't doing right. And it's like, you know, you guys made your vows and everything to whatever. But there's just like for me.
Sorry, I just thought of your grandmother. Like, what do you think? It's like that's exactly
when you think about the shit that she went through.
Yeah,
like, I am breaking that because I will never, and I love my grandfather to death. I love him to death. But the shit that he put my grandmother through, I will never let a nigga do that to me. I'm sorry, I just won't. The shit that my brother's father did to my mom, I would never let a nigga do. And stay after that? Oh fuck no! Like we ain't doing that, baby. Like I'm not showing my daughter. Like yes, it's very nice to see like you work through certain things. I'm not saying I'm the type of person like the first thing you do I'm running. I'm willing to work out certain situations, but certain toxic things I am not staying for. I don't care. I'd rather be the one like, oh, Shalina, you on your 6th, 7th, 8th relationship, you damn motherfucker skippity.
Because I ain't let 10 times before I do that shit.
I ain't let no nigga play with me like that. I'm just not, you know? So in that terms, I feel like I broke that generational trauma because I might give you a 1-2 chance, but after you fuck up your second chance with me, I got a hasta luego, mi amigo. Like,
Pete.
you know, like there's just I'm just not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like my grandmother was miserable. Loved her husband down. They could get into an argument and she's still gonna go in that kitchen and cook him food. Not me. And I'm grateful for it, you know, because certain conversations that I've had with her and stuff like that, like just hearing like certain passions that she had that she never done and just staying here to stay beside a man, like I'm going to choose me every time. And that doesn't mean like I'm not loyal, I'm not this, but like once you start showing me that you won't take accountability for your actions, or you're going to use the things that you've been through as a crutch to treat me a certain type of way, you're showing me that you don't value me. And the only person I want to be in a relationship with is somebody that values me more than I value myself. We gonna break that generational curse right there, you know? What's your generational curse?
That's a good question. That is a really good question. I feel like with traveling, I broke a generational curse.
That's
like I
true.
feel like, I mean, I have a lot of cousins that traveled, but I feel like now with our generation, like I feel like my generation, maybe the generation above me, changed a lot with traveling and exploring different places, because a lot of people still haven't been to a lot of places. Exactly. So I feel like I definitely broke that. I also grew up in an environment where like everyone was either drug dealers or pimps, or all their girls were working.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I definitely feel like I'm grateful to not. Yeah, we literally come from the same environment.
We come from a bloodline of pimps and hustlers.
Literally, like it's so ridiculous and it's crazy, because it's just like when people thought I was in the streets, I was like, nigga, like I'd be the last one. Like, do you really think? Wow, I'm gonna see my uncle outside. Like, I'm gonna see he might be in the strip club. Like, that was my biggest fear. Like, it's actually so crazy, because as much as like there's so much shit that my whole family has put out there about me, and I'm just like, guys, like, that was my biggest. I feel like, of course, I've been in multiple situations where that was like the fast way out, and I could have easily went to the streets, and I could have lived that type of life and made big money. But my biggest fear all the time was catching one of my uncles in my place of work. Like, if that was the life I chose, like what happens if like the client is like my uncle, like, or my cousin or something. Like, that was always my biggest
That is crazy.
Like,
that is crazy.
Bro, because
Quincy, oh fuck.
Literally, like just imagine, because they'd be all going, like, I see like all their girls, like they'd be going out of town, Vancouver and stuff like that, and I'm just like, yo, I remember one person was like, yo, you sure you don't want to work in Vancouver? I said, bro, I got my uncle over there. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you think, it'll be a low-key nah, because they have their bitches in there. So if you think I'm going in there,
nothing low-key but OT.
Exactly. There's nothing. I have to go to America. Deadass, because none of them could go over there. I might still find somebody. I ain't safe. So it's just like, I'm happy that's not like the life I fell in, like, personally. I feel like that was like, for me, myself, that's something I broke, because that's not something I was ever a part of. Like, I've done a lot of other things that might have fallen in, to the
hustling aspect.
Yeah. But I've also checked myself, because I felt like I was being a product of my environment. Yeah. And I was just like, I remember my mom coming in, she's like, you're more like your dad than you think. And that, like, that clicked, because I was just like, that's crazy.
I agree.
I was like, that's crazy.
Especially just being in Montreal, like, it's just like even our friends and stuff like that. Like, just forget family. Like, our friends, like a lot of our friends, especially like girls wise, are working. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, for me, it was just like knowing who my family is, and this and that. Like, there's been times where it's like, I know I'm not gonna go work, but I'm definitely gonna go slang something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely chopping out here,
but then I had to be like, and it's crazy, because even then I see my cousin, I was like, oh my god, like, not me, like, what? I was like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, what are you? How are you? I said, mind your business, because I'm the older cousin. Like, you go home. Like,
he's running after your mom.
Yeah, like, what the bro? And yo, I looked crazy. Like, honestly, but to look back at certain things, all I could do is laugh, because it's like, it's crazy, and it's crazy because like me and my cousin still laugh about it today, because he's just like, bro, like, and I'm just like, bro, like, all we could look at each other and be like, you're just there, like, what? I'm like,
so I'll never forget one time I was chopping, but like I didn't really want to be chopping. It was cold outside, and I'm hanging out with you know who. So they're like, yo, let's go OT. Like, we worked, and mind you, I've never stripped, danced, nothing a day in my life, like, So they're like, yo, let me go OT today. He's like, I was like, you know what? Fine. Like, let me try a thing. Like, I was going to try a thing. Every club was like, nope, they're not hiring me. They're not hiring me. They're not hiring me. And I was just like, that's God. Like, I was willing. Like, times were hard. I was like, you know what? Maybe, And then, like, no club wanted me. Well, wanted us. I don't know. Maybe because I was there, because she be working, So it's like they They didn't want me though, you know. And like at the end of it, I was like, all right, let's just go to Red Lobster and eat. Go home because we can't make no money. And we went there and like
there was no brownie for a brownie.
there was no brownie for the brownie over here. But we went to Red Lobster and like niggas in line were like, oh, like da da da. They sat with us at the table, paid for our whole meal and everything. I was like, oh, look at God. Like that was just that was
the
just
only
a reminder
you needed.
That was just a reminder, like I
don't gotta shake some ass for this.
I'm not meant for this life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not meant for this life at all. Like I'm too motherfucking smart. I got too much going on for me to be talking about I'm shaking ass and taking off clothes. So I ain't never had to do that in my life. But I thought about it. I tried.
No, I feel like just where we are right now is breaking the generational curse from where a lot of our family members were at this age. You know what I mean? Like we're living, we're good. We got things going on for ourselves. We have a job. So like for me, that is breaking the generational curse.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like what we do a lot, we hold ourselves accountable. Oh, yeah. You know, like I find like even when we're going through it and we'll sit down and have conversations about certain things, like I don't even got to say nothing to y'all because y'all already holding yourself accountable. Like, you know, you're able to sit back and reflect and do the inner work to be like, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay,
But that comes with time. Like, you know what I mean? That comes with, I'm not gonna lie, for me to, when I first started holding myself accountable, it took someone to hold me accountable for some shit to be like, damn. So now it made me think twice, because I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather hold myself accountable than someone hold me accountable.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Just that feeling of someone trying to check me, I'd rather check myself than you try to check me.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like when I like, even like when I went on my walk with Josiah yesterday, like she was just like, well, why do you feel like this happened? And I was just like, nah, like you're right. Like I had to be like, you know what, you're absolutely fucking right. Like I'm feeling this way because I put myself in these positions. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like when you could sit down, when you have good friends that could hold you accountable and make you be able, like you're able to talk to them without judgment and they're able to just put you in their place without putting you in your place. I feel like that helps a lot because then you're able to go to them, you're able to confide in them without feeling like shit.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna like tell this person, but they're probably gonna give me like, I'm gonna feel fucked up after. You know what I mean? Like every time I have a conversation with Josiah, it's not coming from a place of judgment, it's coming from like well, like you're kind of doing this to yourself, so what can you do to do better? Or what can we do? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like it helps when you're around good people and you're around like-minded people, because when you're around like-minded people that you could openly talk about certain things with,
absolutely,
it makes it so much easier versus like people that you know are constantly going to judge you. You're not going to hold yourself accountable because you're not going to want to even talk to them about it, so you're not going to really think about the shit that you're doing wrong.
How do you guys feel when it's like you go to talk to somebody and it's like, you know, you may see something that they done and you hold them accountable, they agree with you and stuff like that, but then they're back to doing the same thing? So like they may apologize, right? Like, oh, sorry, I get where you're coming from, and then they're back doing the same thing.
I personally was a victim. I feel like I did that at one point with my friendship, but it wasn't intentional. It was just something like I just didn't realize I was doing. So like you told me about it and I apologized that I did it because I generally didn't feel like that. So I understood where you're coming from. So sometimes there's a force of nature, but I would try to catch myself. And when I did, I'd be like, oh yeah, like my bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like my bad, or like my bad for interrupting you. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I feel like if you're aware of it, it's a little different. If you're unaware of it, it's easy to fall back into those things to be like, yeah, I apologize, but I'm not doing it still intentionally, right? It's just a force of nature that something's happening. But like, it's a little different. If it's like, if I'm telling you you're with a fuckboy and you keep going with the same man, that's like, that's
at that point you're
that's a you problem.
Yeah, that's your problem.
That's between you and God.
Yeah, and you got to figure out what draws you back to this same person. Like, again, you have to reflect on yourself to figure it out, you know? But I'm not going to keep telling you this is what you should do, and then you go back and fuck your life up. That's
what about if it's somebody like treating you a certain type of way? Like, I don't like the way that you talk to me. And then they're like, you know what? I see that. I apologize. And then right when they're upset again, they're talking to you crazy again.
Oh, you're looking at me?
I'm looking at everybody.
Oh.
I don't know. Eventually, I'm going to have to cut ties with that. Right? Like, I'll give you a couple of chances. Like, if it could happen and you could automatically correct yourself out there and be like, yo, next day, yo, my bad. I know we just talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to. I was heated, whatever. That's a different situation. But if you go back to it and still thinking that it's okay, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like the situation I was telling you guys about before. It keeps happening. The person keeps doing what they're doing when they have a moment or whatever, and you're still. I mean, like that circumstance is different because the people have kids together. But again, I'm not tolerating that.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And you're doing it in front of a child.
Yeah.
You know, so what example doesn't matter how old the kid is. I feel like kids they
feel energy.
They feel energy, they suck in everything. You're doing that. So what example are you showing for your child?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And you're still going to do the same thing. And then only for you to apologize is when the person says, like, I'm done with you. Like, I'm done. I want to be done. And then you're crying and groveling on the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. But it's because my mother died. Again, what are you doing? Like,
I can't stand
like,
that.
Oh, it's because I just moved here. It's because of this. It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It's just about you saying sorry and correcting your issues.
Yeah.
Correct it right there, nip it in the bud, because the more what you allow, they'll continue.
But okay, not to play like devil's advocate, not to justify that, but again, shit that starts from way before this. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in this particular situation, like you have other issues that you need to deal with, and that's the reason why you talk the way you talk and the way you are,
and you act the way that.
Like, it's so much. Again, a lot of things we might see as surface shit, like okay, you just don't know how to talk about. It's always something, but it's so much deeper than what the fuck it really is. You know what I mean? And that's something you have to check in with. You have to deal with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it grinds my gears now that I've lost like the closest people that I've ever had to me. Like, when people use that as an excuse, I just lost somebody, that's why I'm acting like this. It drives me bonkers. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like,
well, if you lose someone and then kill someone, you think you're gonna go to jail and be like, well, I just lost my mom.
Yeah, like you think you're getting off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot, like, don't tell me, oh, I just lost my mom, so I'm gonna treat you like shit. Like, oh, but I'm telling you, like, hey, like, I don't like the way that you just fucking dealt with me. Like, you know, but you know I just lost my mom. Bitch! Yeah, no. Like,
somebody said that to me, and it was like, no, they said I lost my dad, and I was like, but I'm not saying that you can't grieve over time, like Jay Shell said, but it's just like it's been 7 years. Yeah. So why are you still like just a random moment? I'm trying to tell you about something, and then instead of you taking accountability, you're saying, well, you know, I just miss my dad. It was the anniversary. Okay, I understand that.
Yeah,
but then there's other people who lost their parents 20 years ago. You don't see them making excuses and
absolutely
that. I was just like, really? It's just a sad day for.
I held both of my grandparents when they died. I held my grandmother while she took her last breath. My grandfather died in my house. Okay.
Yeah.
And I have never once used it as an excuse to like justify my behavior with somebody. I haven't used it as an excuse to, like, you know, and it's like somebody's saying something like, oh, but, you know, give me a pass, give me a oblige, because I've never done that. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I like grieving and healing is not linear. I totally understand that. Like I just told you guys, I was fucking boohoo crying 2 days ago about something that happened 2 years ago and last year. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, you never see, like, I guess because I do a lot of self-reflection and a lot of self-work, like, I would never treat somebody a certain type of way and then want to use a death as an excuse. It just sounds like nasty. It sounds nasty.
Like, why are you using someone dying as an excuse for?
Yeah.
If you're a shitty person, just be shitty.
Just be a shitty person.
You don't have to say my grandmother died in 1845. Like, just say that I'm a shitty person. Do your shitty
the grandmother
shit.
You never met.
Exactly. Like, just do your shitty shit because you're a shitty person. Yeah. Don't bring up that person, your ancestors. Don't bring them up. They're not even in the coffin at this point. They're disintegrated into the ground. So don't bring them into anything. You know what I mean? Like, you want to beat up people and be manipulative and toxic?
Just say that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm fucking abusive and I'm toxic. You're not abusive and toxic because your dad died. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You just have issues.
Yeah,
right? You just have issues.
You need to work on yourself. You just need to work. And
there's people dying every day.
Every hour, somebody's dying. Like, come on. There's no excuse.
Is it every hour or every minute?
Oh, it could be. No, it has to be every minute because
for sure. There's people all over the world dying, right? Yeah. But like, please, like, if you guys
okay, stop. Watching... Someone just died a minute ago.
Stop. This isn't nice.
if you guys are toxic, like, please use this episode as a time to sit back and reflect and do some inner work to realize, like, if you are a toxic person and being nasty and manipulative to somebody, please don't use trauma or a loss as an excuse.
And call a self-help line.
Yeah.
Call 1-800 get some help.
Is that actually a number?
I don't know.
100 GET. No, it's too long. 1-800 get help. That works.
1-800 get help.
Yeah.
Okay.
1-800 take accountability.
Yeah. Something. But please stop using trauma and loss as an excuse to be toxic and shitty. You're just shitty and full of shit.
Yeah. Oh.
You're just a lot of shit. Just a shitty person full of shit.
Need a colonoscopy.
You know, literally,
Yeah,
get all that
because-
shit out of you. Shitty ass.
I'm dead. Anyways.
So guys, with this episode, we want to encourage our listeners to reflect on themselves. Are you grieving? Are you healing? Are you hiding? That's something to really sit back and reflect on, journal on, whatever you need to do. Really sit back today and ask yourself those questions. And we're going to finish off with a quote that says, breaking cycles means grieving what you lost, but also taking responsibility for what you create. Clap that tea.
Okay, with that being said, talk to somebody. Talk to someone. Don't keep it in. Talk to someone. Figure it out. Pray. Write. Do something. Don't keep it in, because
Take accountability.
if you keep it in, you'll just be full of shit, and then
Don't
you just be a
post on
shitty person.
Instagram.
And when you take accountability, this is what I hate. Don't take accountability and then be like, I'm sorry, but I hate that. There's no
There's
but.
no but.
There's no but.
There's
yeah.
no but. So if you're going to take accountability, understand that you're taking accountability for your actions and understanding that your actions caused a reaction and you cannot be upset at the reaction that you got because of your action. So if you're going to take accountability, but taking accountability doesn't finish off your sentence with but, because there's no but.
But we do have a giveaway coming up.
We definitely have a giveaway coming up. You guys can find that on our Instagram page in the next couple of days. I don't know when this is dropping. This is going to be dropping. Sean's birthday is the 24th, which is a Friday, so this is going to drop on the 23rd. So probably around the 24th, we'll drop the post.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you stay tuned, look out, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell a blood clot friend.
So we could all be friends, to like, subscribe, and share, and just
Don't be shitty.
And don't forget our walk, our walk
Yeah.
club. We have walk clubs every Wednesday, 6 p.m. for our Montreal supporters. So
we are on LaSalle Boulevard and Riverside.
Riverview.
Yep. LaSalle Boulevard and Riverview, 6 p.m. sharp. We are going to start walking. So come join us, even if you want to join us for half the way. If you guys just want to talk, if you guys just want to vent, feel free to come walk. It's about 8 kilometers, maybe less.
Yeah. 8.
Yeah, about 8.
It was fun last week.
It was really fun.
Bring your water, bring your gloves, especially because
It's getting cold.
it's changing.
Yeah.
So make sure you bring your gloves or bring something to keep you warm. It is a walk. Make sure you have comfortable shoes. It's very important. And you
Yes.
stretch. If you're not used to walking, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will see you next weekend on another episode of
Cabernet Chaos.